Congratulations on your purchase of your leather armrest cover. Here's the quick and easy steps on how to install your armrest cover. First, open your armrest. At the back of the armrest, you'll find 2 screws connected to the hinge. Insert your Phillips screwdriver and remove both screws. And then simply lift the armrest off, and that's it for step 1. Alright, so you got your armrest off. The next thing you want to do is flip the armrest over. First, remove the hinge using a Phillips screwdriver. Take out the screws. Set the hinge and the screws aside. Now you want to remove the armrest insert. There's 2 more screws on the armrest insert. Set the screws aside. Separate the armrest insert from the cover. Next, you want to take off the handle. There's a single screw. Unscrew the handle and set the handle aside. So the next thing you're going to need is your 3M rubber and vinyl spray adhesive, your armrest, and your armrest cover. What you want to do is shake the 3M spray adhesive well, and you want to spray the 3M spray adhesive onto the center of the armrest cover, the back and forth motion, and then go up, down, Alright, this dries in about 4 minutes, so you have to work somewhat fast. The next thing you want to do is slide your cover onto the armrest. Push it down firmly. And pull up on each corner of the armrest so that it's tight. Flip your armrest over. Now smooth out from the center. Alright, so after you've waited about 4 minutes, after gluing the top portion on, you want to turn the cover over. You really have to work one area at a time. You have to work the top, bottom, left, right. So you want to take your 3M spray adhesive, shake it up again. We're going to be lifting the cover from the armrest to expose the gap. And you want to spray the 3M adhesive into the gap. Get into the corners. So that it covers well. Also spray the edge where you're going to be folding it. Alright. And now you want to press firmly and work out any wrinkles. and go ahead and fold the top portion over. If you have any clamps, you can use clamps to keep it in place until it dries. Or just hold it for about 4 minutes. You just want to smooth it to get all the wrinkles out. The thing you want to do is glue down the flap here that's hanging up. So you want to spray some 3M spray adhesive on the flap. Fold it over and press firmly in place. And again, hold it for about 4 minutes. Alright, so that we've sprayed it, you want to have your clamps ready. And place them over the lip of the cover so that it holds it in place. You can pick these up from a dollar store, Harbor Freight, or somewhere like that, and they come in handy. So just put on your clamps and let it dry for about 4 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes to let the glue dry. I put my clamps on here to make sure it's nice and tight. Now you want to remove your clamps, set them aside. If you got a little bit of spray on the leather, don't worry about it. It will clean off. Alright, you want to flip it around to the other side. Same exact thing. You want to spray into the gap with your 3M spray adhesive and repeat the process of folding over, and clamping down and letting it dry for about 5 minutes. Okay, we're done gluing our second side. It's dried for about 5 minutes. Don't worry about any excess that you get on the leather or inside. You won't see the inside because it'll be covered with the insert. Any that you get on the leather, you can just roll with your finger and the glue will rub off. Now you want to remove the clamps from the second side and set them aside. And now you want to work on the back end of the armrest, not the front edge with the latch. You want to work on the back edge. You want to repeat what you've already done. It's a little bit more challenging because it has folds to the leather, but you want to shake your 3M spray adhesive, slightly lift the leather, and spray down into the opening. Put a generous amount. Alright, same thing, you want to fold over. After you fold over and press firmly, you want to clamp the leather in place. The main concern is the corners where the folds occur. You may have to put a little extra into the corners. And then just push them down firmly. Okay, so now you've finished gluing the back end of the armrest, the one that's away from the latch. You want to let this dry a little bit extra, probably about 10 minutes with your clamps before removing them. So go ahead and remove your clamps. Check your work, push down on it, make sure everything's firmly in place. Looks pretty good. Now it's time to do the other end where the latch is. With the latch, you have some excess material here. You're going to have to cut that material to be able to make the bend for the armrest latch. So what you want to do is take your scissors and you want to cut a slit in the same direction as the latch, diagonally, leaving some extra around each edge. So you just want to cut one slit on each side. When you're done, it'll look something like that. And that's it. Okay, so you've made your trims, and next you want to remove the excess from the center flap. It's not needed and it's in the way. So trim the center flap off. That leaves you a smaller piece that's easier to fold. And now we're going to first put this piece in place. So you take your 3M spray adhesive, and you want to spray the flap and directly behind it, like that. Fold it down in place. Once you have it folded in place, you want to go ahead and clamp it. Let this dry for about 5 minutes. Okay, so one side's dried for about 10 minutes. You want to remove all your clamps. Okay. And now you want to repeat the same process for the other side. Spray your 3M spray adhesive into the corner. And then go ahead and fold the leather over and clamp it down. Wait for it to dry about 10 minutes. Okay, you got your clamps on, you're waiting for it to dry. You have to push in on the corner where the latch sits. There's no way to put a clamp on this, so you have to just kind of hold it in place for a few minutes until it dries. So just put your finger there and hold it in place. Okay, so you've glued your second side down and you've removed the clamps. Your next step is going to be to reinstall the release handle. You want to push it into place. Double check that everything looks good. Go ahead and install the single screw in the rear. Okay. Once you have the single screw installed, now you want to reinstall the insert. Just place the insert in place. Press down firmly and reinstall the screws into the 4 holes, or the 2 holes here, and then to the holes in the back. Okay, tighten your screws, but don't over tighten them. And now you want to reinstall the screws that go into the rear hinge. Place the hinge in place. And then just tighten down the screws. That's it. Now you want to reinstall it into the car. Whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's time to reinstall the armrest. It's the exact opposite of removing it. You want to place the armrest where it goes in place. Put in the 2 screws that hold it in place. Tighten them down, but don't over tighten. Go ahead and test by closing the lid. And there you go. Armrest cover in place.